Hey everybody, VP here, and it's time for another Prime to Snap video coming out a little later, or live stream. That will be a video coming out a little later than I usually try to get them out. But hey, we're here now, we're doing it, and we are featuring Gilgamesh. So for those of you that may not know, Gilgamesh is the card of this season. So let me get to my season pass here and I can show you. Boom. There we are. Yeah, so the season pass, Gilgamesh is the card. Pretty interesting card. They've been not very highly reviewed. low on the critical rating on this card, though, it seems like, from YouTubers that I watch. So take that with what you will. But in any case, we wanted to try out the new card and see what we could do with it. But here it is, Gilgamesh. It's a 5/7 on reveal, +1 power for each of your other cards in play with increased power. So he's all about the green numbers, much like his green suit, I guess. You get green numbers and this guy's power is gonna go up. So I'm kind of doing this stream a little different. Usually on my streams I feature one deck and I play that the whole 1 hour stream, but in this case we are gonna go with half an hour of a Series 1 build. In other words, for all of you that may be starting or are new to Marvel Snap, I have created a deck that uses only Series 1 cards and this card. So if you're just jumping in and you're getting the season pass, you got Gilgamesh. This is a deck you can hopefully play on your own. And I just want to preface it by saying it's by no means, I'm not saying it's the best deck to climb or anything, but I will say that I used it to climb over the weekend and did pretty well. And then Luke's bar hit the featured location, and that really kind of messed with my my win-loss record with this deck. And then my losses started piling up, mainly because of that, and because I was hitting the higher ranks and was going against, since my collection level is now pretty high, level 2,135. I mean, still by no means the highest it can be. I'm still only collecting Series 3 cards. But so I'm actually taking this deck up against some of the decks that have Hela and some of the big cards, some of the big meta-defining cards that you see in the game right now. So yeah, it's been interesting, but I'm hoping that you guys will find this video useful in this regard. So yeah, we'll probably spend the first half hour of the stream doing the Series 1 deck, which I'll show you right here. Pretty simple. It's all about trying to buff the numbers. Hawkeye, you got in the deck on reveal if you play a card at this location next turn, +3 power. So again, that'll give you a green number right there. American Chavez, give the top card of your deck +2 power. So there's a green number for that. Korg doesn't give you any sort of bonuses. He's just kind of in here to throw a little disruption into the opponent's deck, hopefully, by shuffling it on reveal. He'll shuffle a rock into my opponent's deck, so that might mess them up somewhat. Who knows? I just thought it was a little fun, little splash of, you know, I don't know, unknown to go into the deck. And then we got Angela, of course, the buff card of Series 1. I don't know if that's a good representation of it, but Angela is after you play a card here, +2 power. I gotta say, I have, in the higher metas, this is still used a lot, and I gotta say, since I've been using it, it's not been, I don't know, I haven't been able to get the most out of it. I rarely have her, at least in this deck, I rarely have her built up to her potential of, you know, a 2/6, right? If you play a card in her location every turn, it would be a 2/6. So I haven't got her up to that point, really. But you only need one green number, so you only need one bonus. So as long as we play one card into Angela, that will proc our Gilgamesh, which is what we're trying to do. Medusa, of course, is self-buffing. You can't go wrong with self-buffing, I think, when you're using Gilgamesh. One card right here, it's a 2/2 on reveal. If this is at the middle location, +3 power. And again, these are all cards that most starting players should have access to, or will have access to fairly soon if you don't have them yet. And then we have Ironheart, which again is give three of your other cards +2 power, so that gives green numbers spread out. Bishop is another self-buffing card. You can play Bishop down, and then every card that you play after that will give him a +1. Giving him them green numbers that Gilgamesh wants. And then the Punisher, of course, another self-buffing card, as long as you have him in a lane with your opponent. So as you can see, I tried to really aim at the self-buffing, cards here. Of course, I had to bring in some of the non-self-buffing cards. Jessica Jones, another great card, and I think underutilized card, really. I mean, it's a 4/10, 4/9, right? You can pretty much get 4/9 pretty easy out of that. Even like in the later games. On reveal, if you don't play a card here at this next location, +4 power, it does limit your board space when you play her. But I've had good use of her in my playings. Another card that really doesn't add a buff or anything, but he's just big power. Of course, Thing, I'm hoping he gets buffed from all the other cards in here. And then, of course, Blue Marvel, the 5-cost card, 3 power. Ongoing, your other cards have +1 power. So you get Blue Marvel down, and everything on your board has that green number that you need for Gilgamesh to get as high as he possibly can. And then, of course, Gilgamesh, the man himself. He's a 5 energy card with 7 power, but you'll see in this deck I'll use him as he'll be my 6 drop, right? Because I want to get as many green numbers out there if I can. So I'll play Blue Marvel on 5 usually, if it's in my hand, of course, and then I'll play Gilgamesh on turn 6 to get as much power as I can out of that. And he gets fairly big. I think it's Series 1, too. I think he's really good for a Series 1 card, because, I mean, what else do you have? Series 1, 6-cost Hulk, of course, is the king of Series 1, 12 power hanging out on him, so I always love still using Hulk. He's one of my favorite cards still, and he's a Series 1 card. But, he can, Gilgamesh can get there with 8, 9, 10, 11, I mean, 5 cards to get buffed, a little bit of a stretch, but he gets there, and he'll usually get a little bit higher than the Hulk. I think on average I might get him to 514. Of course, the top end I think is, 518 or something, so I don't know. I can see why people are down on this card, especially if they have a higher collection level that have even better cards that can do stuff better than, I guess, what Gilgamesh can do. But I liked him. I've enjoyed him in this deck, and like I said, he has climbed, which I'll show you here. So that's my first deck. We'll start off with this one, and then in the next half hour of the stream, we'll switch to the deck that I made myself from my collection, the Broodmesh deck, which I've had some pretty good progress with too. But here we are, Series 1, Gilgamesh, Game 1. We got our live stream tracker up and running again. So for those of you that don't know, I keep track of my live stream win-loss record, and it makes me feel better. This stream, of course, we're 0-0 right now, but the total for the live stream is 40 and 38. So we're in the positive of the win section. Hopefully we can continue to do that there. You will see I am playing in Omega 84 right now, so I haven't quite hit Infinite, but every season it seems like I'm getting closer. So, and like I said, I climbed with this deck quite a bit over the weekend. So, we'll see. Let's see what it can do. Hopefully that means that we'll do good in this live stream, and I won't tank and get horrible locations, because horrible locations can really mess up this this deck for sure. All right, let's get our untapped.gg tracker on there so you guys can see what's going on with that. Let me get this up here so you guys can see. Sorry, my opponent. Getting my stream going there. Okay, there. Everything should be should be able to be seen in the trackers now, so we're good to go. So turn 1, we got Korg, the mirror dimension. On turn 4, transform into one of the other locations. We'll go ahead and throw Korg there. So we're starting off with a little disruption in our Boar Bagger 42 deck here. All right, I have no turn 2 play, which is unfortunate because I have 2 turn 2 cards, but hey, sometimes that happens. Seems to happen a lot more in my decks than not. I have a lot of dead turns for some reason, but it usually works out. It usually works out for us. Okay, turn 3, we got Bishop and the Punisher. I think we're going to get Bishop out here first. Our second location is Lechugila. Medusa's been played down there by my opponent. I am going to go ahead and play Bishop down there. We have the Danger Room as our third location, so that's going to be fun to play around. Remember I was saying the locations can kind of mess around with this deck, but can't locations just mess around with any deck? So, all right, in our first location, the Mirror Dimension, Mirror World became Lechugia as well. So, lots of rocks in our deck. That could change how this deck plays. But the good thing is we got so many buffs in it that we can actually get our rocks buffed, and they'll count for Gilgamesh. So, I like that. Okay, let's play our thing down just to get some good power here. Boom, we'll throw him down in the middle area with our Bishop. Opponent comes down with a Sage. Good card. That could be a lot of trouble for me. And that was in the first location. Second location, they got Ant-Man and Medusa, giving them a 6-8 disadvantage there at the moment. Okay, we are at turn 5, and like I said in the little intro there where I was describing the deck, I like to play Blue Marvel on turn 5. I don't have a lot of cards out there right now, so I'm not sure Blue Marvel's actually the play. He's not really going to give me a whole lot of power, but he is going to, you know what, we will play him. Let's go ahead and play him in the first Lechuga. And then, yeah, I guess we'll try to play Gilgamesh here in one of these other 2 lanes. Gonna be a small Gilgamesh game, because I didn't get a whole lot of cards out there with the green numbers. Alright. Alright, we are in bad shape. Sage is carrying that first location for my opponent, 10-6. So I'm losing that by 4, and I'm losing Lechugia by 4. Yeah, I don't blame you for snapping. So this is one of those times when they say, is it better to go with the Gilgamesh here or try to get, because if I play Medusa down here in the middle location, she will be a 2-5, bringing us to 16. And then, yeah, I think we have to do that. So this is one of those games where Gilgamesh is going to sit out, which is actually one of the complaints with Gilgamesh. It's like, well, he can kind of just be, you know, sat out or whatever. Do I want to play this? Rock doesn't really matter. I guess I'll play right there. Why not? And I don't know. We'll see if we'll pull this off. Doesn't look like it because they played in that first lane. Oh, they played a Punisher as well, so yeah, that's probably going to lose that first lane for us. We tie up. Or no, we win the middle lane. All right. We lose the first lane, win the middle lane, tie in the last lane, but we don't have enough power to get the victory. We're two powers shy, so not too bad. Like, we had a little bit of a rough start there, and the Sage obviously didn't help, although their Sage only got to 4, so maybe I can't blame it on on Sage there. I blame the Danger Room and it's being such a bad location, keeping us to 2 locations, and then all the rocks, although I only got 1 rock, so maybe I just blame it on me being bad. But in any case, that's our first game. We will take a loss there. You can't get bummed out, you know? It's easy to get bummed out when you lose, and, you know, you just can't do that, right? Because You might lose a bunch, but then you might go back and you might win some a bunch afterwards. In my case, that seems to be kind of how it works out for us. You win a bunch, and then you lose a bunch. And, yeah, I don't know. It's just the way the game works, I guess. Just the way the game works. But we're going to keep on forging ahead, because that's what you do, man. You keep on forging ahead to see, you know, what we can do. What we can do with it here. So let's go ahead and get ready to jump into our second game. Series 1, Gilgamesh, Game 2, Take 2. Let's see if we do better this time. So Gilgamesh had to sit out that last game. Wasn't really a great play in that instance. So, yeah. Alright, our first location, Washington, D.C. Cards here with no abilities have +3 power. Well, that'll benefit some of my cards in my deck. I think we'll play our Hawkeye here. Hawkeye, a nice little bonus that you can get there to, on reveal, if you play a card here at this location, next turn, +3 power. So again, giving me them green numbers that Gilgamesh requires. We do have Gilgamesh in hand, so we won't have to look for him. That's always good. Turn 2, we're just going to play our American Chavez to give a +1 bonus to our top card in our deck. Second location, by the way, Nidavellir. Cards here have +5 power. And I've explained this in my other live streams, but I like to try to describe the game in a way so that if you're not watching the game, you can maybe understand what's going on a little bit. If you're like listening to it as a podcast or something, which is totally cool. Alright, turn 3. Ironheart at -1. That's a bummer, thanks to that Scorpion that my opponent played in Nidavellir. I think we want to get Angela out. Angela is best served when she can get out early. We're 1 turn behind her, but they playing Angela as well. So, Angela and Angela going at it here in Nidavellir. Alright. Turn 4. We got Jessica Jones, which can become an 8. Or we got Thing, which is a 4/9. So I'm going to go with the bigger power here. For now, we'll throw the Thing in Washington, D.C. so we can get that fat +3, a power bonus. I mean, I guess if I want a power bonus, I could go +5 power or Nidavellir. Maybe that's better. Maybe that's better, but you know what? We'll go to Washington, D.C. He doesn't have any abilities, so we might as well utilize that, and that leaves Nidavellir open for some other stuff that we can play. A Green Goblin coming down for my opponent. Very popular card I'm seeing on my opponent's decks at this ranking of the ladder. So, all right, this is our turn 5 play. We would normally play Blue Marvel here, but as you can see, we don't have Blue Marvel in our hand. So, I think we'll go with the Jessica Jones here. We are leading in Washington, D.C. by a fair amount. I'm not sure if we should fight for Nidavellir right now. Let's see. Jessica will be in 8 + 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then maybe our Gilgamesh. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. We'll have 4 green numbers, possibly. Actually, that doesn't work because then we can't play him there. So maybe, do we go over here? Will this make a difference if we play Jessica Jones down here in the other location? She'll be an 8, bringing us to -2. I guess that doesn't make much of a difference. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I guess we'll do it. Maybe Gilgamesh can bring us up here in the negative zone. They played a Nidavellir again. Storm coming down in that first location, Washington, D.C. for my opponent. We are currently winning that location. We are losing and pretty much set to lose Nidavellir as well. What is Gilgamesh at right now? +1 per green number. 1, 2, 3 green numbers. He is only a 5-9, thanks to the scorpion that knocked him down a notch. 9 power is not enough. Well, 14. Guess we're looking at 14 power. 12, 32. That actually could be enough. Yeah, maybe we will just play Gilgamesh right down here in the middle zone. Nidvalir. Does mean we leave this flooding location open to be taken. I mean, and our opponent will probably play there too, because, I mean, why wouldn't they? It's it's there. Hey, we can play the rock down here in the middle location too. We don't need to, though, do we? We don't need to. But it's not very useful in the flooding location unless they have another negative card. So maybe we'll play it. Maybe we will play our rock in the flooding zone and we'll end our turn there. Okay, they played another. They played Hobgoblin in that negative zone. So, but I think if my math was correct, we pulled it off, guys. We pulled it off. Look at that. Yeah.
Victory.
Victory is what I like to hear. Take that, opponent's deck. You got beat by a Series 1 deck with Gilgamesh in it. How do you feel? How does that feel, man? How does that feel? Let's collect our rewards. Yeah, and give me a win-loss update. Win-loss record updated here. There we go. And there we go. Boom. As we like to say, boom. Why do we say boom? I don't know. Just something to say. Emphasizes the point. It's like an exclamation point, right? Exclamation point at the end of a sentence. A lot of times you don't need that exclamation point, but people put it on there. That's what my boom is when I say boom. We got that and boom. I don't know. That's how my brain works here. So, all right, are we updating? Doesn't look like I updated. What did I do wrong? What in the world did I do wrong here? We had this problem before. All right, yes, we got that, and then we got this. All right, there we go. How about now? How about now, stream? Do you like that? Okay, yeah. Looks like we did. We are 1-1 this stream, guys. 1-1, 41 and 39 in total for live streaming. Still staying on top of that win side of the win-loss record, which we like to see, of course. All right, let's see what we're going to be up against this time around. A raft is our first location. First to fill this breaks out a 6-cost card. It costs 0. I wouldn't mind having that, so we might go hard for that here. Get our American Chavez out in that first location to power up the top card of our deck. Gilgamesh is in hand, and so is Blue Marvel, so our turn 5 and 6 are ready to go. Our turn 2 is missing in action, unfortunately. I'd like to get the Medusa or the Angela. Usually the Angela on turn 2, but as you can see, it doesn't usually work out that way, but we're going to have to end our turn here. Our opponent plays Daredevil down at the second location, Pet Mansion, giving them a 2-0 lead there in that second location. Where are we here? All right. Ironheart, I don't quite want to play yet, so we'll probably just play Bishop. And we'll continue to try to fill out that raft to try to get that 6-cost card for 0. Wave coming down for my opponent, giving us some early Blue Marvel plays here, and Gilgamesh. I don't think I want to. Reveal my hand, as it were. If I come down with the Blue Marvel, they're gonna kind of know a little bit what's up. I'd rather save that as a surprise, so I think we're gonna ignore the wave. It's probably a trap, anyways. They probably trying to bring something out so they can Shang-Chi it or something. So what do we do for turn 4 VP? Well, we're gonna play Jessica Jones here, and I think we'll player right here on the Isle of Silence, our third location, to challenge the wave that's there. That'll tie it up this turn and give us the lead next turn, as long as I don't play something there. Jubilee coming down from my opponent at the first location, the Raft. Jubilee bringing out the big bad Infinite. Super unfortunate for us. It does make playing for the Raft a little harder. I mean, yeah, I would snap to you. Brought down an Infinite with your Jubilee. That's a great pull. Turn 5. We got 2 turns to pull this off. I don't think we can pull back the Raft back to our side now, man. I would still like to have that that 0 cost 6 card, because then we could play that. Of course, that means that Gilgamesh would have to sit out again. Do we want to do that? I got Blue Marvel here, which is my usual turn 5 play. Which would be 3 power going across. The Punisher is here. Well, let's play here. Play Blue Marvel at the Raft. Maybe our opponent will think we're still going for that 6 cost card for 0. Depending how this game goes, we might do that. Although it's not going to matter because I didn't get it by this turn, and this is the last turn. Alright, we are losing all 3 locations now, and my Gilgamesh only has 3 green numbers to work off of, which is a bit unfortunate for us. So he is a 5/10. It's enough to take the Raft. But then we lose the other 2 locations, which is unfortunate. And of course, my opponent has another card coming down. So I think Gilgamesh has to sit out again. Unless I try and tie up the Pet Mansion. Suppose I could do that with Korg. And then play Gilgamesh over here to the Isle of Silence. That'll give us that location. Though my opponent could play a card there that'll mess me up there. But I think let's do it. Lock it in. Let's go. Okay, they play a Ghost Rider at the Pet Mansion. So we're not winning the Pet Mansion. Odin coming down. Oh my goodness. Great pulls. Hey, this looks a lot like my deck that I did in my last live stream. Or a couple live streams ago, I think it was. My Ghost Rider Jubilee deck. Another loss there, but you see Gilgamesh did become a 12 with just 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cards out there, so you know, a Hulk would have been about the same as Gilgamesh there, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, man. They had some really good pulls with the Jubilee and the Ghost Rider pulling down the Odin. Even if I played, I suppose if I put Gilgamesh at the Raft, we would have won that. But we still would have lost these other 2 locations, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, man. You know, that's just sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's update our win-loss record here. That brings us to 1 and 2 in the stream. 41 and 40 for all live streams, so our losses are creeping up on us, man. Our losses are starting to creep up on us. All right. There we go. All right, jump back into another game, man. Jump back into another game. I feel bad. I made this deck for you guys so you could see a Series 1 deck at work. But keep in mind, I am playing against higher collection levels, so they're going to have bigger cards that if you're just starting out as a new player, you won't have to face against really until you get up pretty far and you're climbing the ladder, so. Rickety Bridge, certainly not a good location for us. Oh, Vibranium Mines, not great either. Although the Vibranium can be buffed, and it's pretty strong anyway, so maybe we'll do that. We'll play the Angela down there at the Vibranium Mines, bringing us in some Vibranium. Gilgamesh is not in hand, so that's a bit unfortunate. We have to draw into that, and we have to draw into our Blue Marvel. And nowhere is the third location, so on-reveal effects do not happen at this location. So this is just a game of locations that is built to play against us here. All right, turn 3. Oh, man, what do we have for turn 3 here? Well, we could just play the Punisher down. Punisher is ongoing, so we could play him in nowhere, although I don't know how many cards my opponent will play there, but can't really play to the Rickety Bridge because only one card can be there. I'm not sure what we're going to do about the Rickety Bridge. I think we're going to have to fight for the Vibranium Mines, and the Wong is coming down in the Vibranium Mines for my opponent, which is bad news. White Tigers are going to be out and about everywhere if they have it. They haven't snapped yet, so guess we can stay in it a little bit longer, but I'm not feeling good about this game, guys. I am not feeling good about this game. I think we'll play our small cards down here. And then on-reveal abilities don't happen there. Do we play Korg to the Rickety Bridge? I don't know. I don't know. I know my on-reveal abilities don't work at nowhere, but maybe we just throw Korg down there. Though a rock would work. You know what? Let's just throw Korg on the Rickety Bridge. Make him sacrifice a card there. Super Scroll? Holy criminy. Ongoing has the ongoing effects of all enemy cards. That's unfortunate. So right now he's acting like a Punisher, and that's about it right now, but when I play Vibranium down, he gains the ability that can't be destroyed, but you don't have a way to destroy him anyways. Turn 5, usually our Blue Marvel turn, but Blue Marvel is not here right now. Blue Marvel is away right now. So I guess we'll do Thing into that first location. We'll throw our Vibranium over here to nowhere and hope for the best. Korg's holding down the Rickety Bridge by himself right now. We got 3 green numbers, so not great for Gilgamesh, but he's not even in hand yet, so. Alright. Well. Now we got green numbers, but it's not going to matter. Okay, so they played the Ironheart with the Wong. This turn, they could play an Odin down and get more +3 bonuses. Let's see, where do I play these? Well, I can't play anything to the Rickety Bridge. So I guess we'll just play these over here in nowhere. And hope we pull that location to our side. They do play something down on the Wong. What is it? Odin. Okay, I called that. Chavez going off again. Ironheart will be going off here. Doesn't matter anyways, because...
Are ye worthy?
Yeah, we completely lost the middle lane there, so... Why is he... because Wong's triggering him again. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough, man. It is rough. Another defeat. Series 1 Gilgamesh. Sure, I'll give you a fist bump there. There we go. We got clobbered there, man. We got clobbered. like I said, guys, this this deck is great for climbing. But no, in all seriousness, no, as a Series 1 deck, I think you'll find it pretty helpful for you. We're just getting kind of clobbered here by some of these bigger cards that come from the higher series. So, yeah, we'll play one more, just because I don't want to leave my Series 1 Gilgamesh there feeling bad, and then we'll move on to my my other deck that I made and see if it can fare a little better. we want to do a little better here. And regardless of the outcome, I will have some videos out this week, some snip-snap, some short-form videos for you on this channel, featuring this deck. I haven't decided if how many I'm gonna feature, because I'm obviously featuring 2 decks here, so it makes it a little more tricky, there. All right, let's play one more of the Series 1 Gilgamesh here. I swear, guys, I was climbing with this. I was climbing with this deck. No joke, man. No joke. Even up to this level, we were climbing. But, man, we are getting stomped today for sure. All right. Utopia is our first location. 3 and 4 cost cards. Cost 1 less. All right. Well, we do got a turn 1 play here. Thankfully, that's American Chavez. Boom. Boost up our top card of our deck. Rocks coming down from a collapsed mine. That is unfortunate. But we are in. This is interesting here, because I could just leave them there and hope I get the blue Marvel to buff those and then help Gilgamesh out, if Gilgamesh shows up in my hand, that is. Should we do that, or should we open this up? I don't know. Let's go ahead and just keep playing here. We'll play Angela down to this mysterious 3rd location. Hopefully it's not something bad for us. Scorpion coming out again. A lot of people playing Scorpion now. It's a good card. I played Scorpion in my deck too. Can really mess up your opponent's hand for sure. We got a Negasonic Teenage Warhead from Camp Lahai. So that's an interesting choice. We did get our Gilgamesh in hand, so we just got to buff these rocks up, man. Buff the rocks. That is our mission right now. I think we'll go with... I should... So tricky. Let's go with Bishop, because we can try to get our Angela built up here, right? We'll go Bishop there and Korg. Not a lot of power there in that location. My opponent does skip their turn to get rid of those rocks. Medusa can't be played to the middle zone. 2 more locations here. We're kind of just hoping for my blue Marvel. That's not a great gameplay. In the meantime, we do have some plays here. We have priority as well. That's why our name is lit up over here compared to our opponent. So let's play the teenager down here in Camp Lahai, since we're leading there. And we'll play the Punisher down in this first location, Utopia. We're going to leave those rocks in the collapsed mine. You know, let's leave the collapsed mine there. Why not? For the betterment of Gilgamesh. Provided we get a blue Marvel. If we don't get a blue Marvel, this was an awful plan. No blue Marvel. No blue Marvel out there. We did get Jessica Jones, although that would kind of mess up our Gilgamesh play. I mean, we could just play her for her power. If I skip my turn here... it's so bad. It's so bad, man. I don't know, you can blame this on my poor gameplay, too. We've had bad locations and poor gameplay, and we're playing against... higher series decks here. I know. Those are my excuses. I shouldn't have excuses. Like I said, this is a good deck, man. I climbed with it. The deck's having performance anxiety, I guess. Oh, there's our Blue Marvel. Wonderful. Would like to have you last turn. Somehow we're winning these other two locations, which is amazing to me. We got just 2 green numbers making Gilgamesh a 5/9. It's enough, man. It's enough if they don't play any big cards down. They're probably going to take Camp High, though, aren't they? I'm leading 12-6 right now, but that's pretty easy to get. I don't know, let's go for it. Let's end the turn. See what happens. Yeah, Gilgamesh. 5/9 Gilgamesh right there. Hulk Smash coming down to smash Camp High and taking the location from us. Giving us another defeat, man. But yeah, it happens, man. It happens. But I'm telling you guys, I did climb with this deck, so I did climb with this deck. Let's collect our rewards here. Korg. This might be the last time I try to implement a... Well, look what you can do with him in Series 1. But I do think that Gilgamesh has a place. If you're just starting out and you get that card, it'll help you climb. It'll help you add your, as you climb, of course, in those early stages, you'll increase your collection, which is it's what you want, so you can get access to some of those other series cards. So, I know it probably wasn't super helpful for you there, but hopefully that was a little bit helpful for you. We're going to go ahead and shift over to my other Gilgamesh deck that is not a Series 1 deck. It's just the one that I came up with. And again, when I come up with these decks, it's not like I'm, claiming they're the best decks. I just like to play around and see what I can do. I like to try to surprise my opponents. And you can't really surprise an opponent if you're playing a net deck. Net decks are fine, don't get me wrong. Play a net deck if you want, because they're tried and true. They'll climb through, but people can read them, People can read them based off of one first card played sometimes. Some of the higher tiered players can do that. All right, so I call this one Broodmesh. We'll show you it real quick, and I try to go over it quick since I'm running out of time here. We got our Sunspot here just to kind of fill the void of, in case I have missing turns like I usually have in my decks, where I don't have anything to play. Hopefully Sunspot will help that out. Hawkeye again, giving us a little buff there. Nico Minoru coming in there, because she can sometimes buff sometimes. We got Forge, not X-Forge, like I was calling him in the last video. It's just Forge. Forge is here to give my next card +2 power. We got Medusa, of course. I still think Medusa is a great self-buffing card. It's just a great card. 2/5 for the middle, if you have the middle lane open. We got Arakoyo, which is going to turn green numbers, make our whole deck into green numbers, so that's great for Gilgamesh. Patriots here for my cards with no abilities will have +2 power when he comes out. And that ties into the Brood. On reveal, add 2 Broodlings here with the same power. So, as you can see, that's a pretty powerful combination. A lot of people use Silver Surfer to really buff this, but they'd have, Silver Surfer has a lot more 3-drops in it. We got Nakia to just buff my hand to give me green numbers. Punisher, ongoing +1 power for each enemy card here. Again, self-buff. I just like him being a self-buff. We do have the Blue Marvel, which is going to give you green numbers on your board. Anyway, and of course, Gilgamesh. And again, Gilgamesh, even though he is a 5-cost card, we're having him stand in here as a 6-cost play. Ideally, we want to play our Blue Marvel on turn 5 into our Gilgamesh. So let's see. Let's see if this deck does any better than my Series 1 Gilgamesh deck that I showed you guys. I did have some pretty good luck with this deck as well. There was another Gilgamesh deck that I tried, a Series 1 Gilgamesh deck that had Onslaught, which would double the ongoing abilities. It was a little more greedier than that the one that I just showed you. So, but it didn't seem to work as well. I say that now, and you just watch me totally crash with the other one. Okay, Nico Maru, after you play your next card here, give it +1 power. Let's go ahead and play her first, since that is the ability that we want from her. We want them green numbers, and then we can probably play... I would play Hawkeye here, but I think we'll go with a Koyo. Cloning Vats. After you play a card here, add a copy to your hand. It might not be bad. Just put a Koyo in the Cloning Vats so we can possibly use her to buff up our deck even more. We can get that Gilgamesh up to some more power. To base power, we'll be in good shape if he shows himself. Psylocke coming down in the mysterious third location for my opponent. Mysterious third location is Time Theater. So copy the last card you drew instead of drawing your next card. So we got... Man, we got all the buffs. We got all the buffs in our hand right now. That's pretty cool, actually. That is pretty cool. I think we do go with a Koyo here. Do we want her to be another... Yeah, I guess we can have another Koyo in our hand. Why not? And then we'll play Hawkeye. Let's play Hawkeye over here at Fisk Tower, our first location. Yeah, we'll end our turn there. A Koyo, boom, boosting up my deck again.
Taking aim.
Ironheart coming down from my opponent, which is a little weird. Since they only had one card out there to buff. But all right, so now turn 4. We got our Koyo play again. We got Forge. So I think we play Forge. A Koyo. Do we want to play a Koyo here and get another Koyo? Why not? Let's just fill our hand with Koyos. My cards are going to be huge when they come out. All right. Let's see what our opponent does here. Forge coming down for us, giving us 10 power at Fisk Tower. A Koyo, third Koyo coming down at the Cloning Vats for us, giving us 14-0. Sunspot coming down for my opponent here. I don't know what my opponent's playing. Do not know what my opponent's playing. Hey, there's a Brood. Look at that, a 3/5, which means all of his dudes, all of his clones will be a 3/5. So yeah, of course we're gonna play that here. This would be perfect for Gilgamesh if he comes into my hand. And yeah, I think we just play another Koyo. We got a 4-of-a-kind Koyo here in the Cloning Vats. Why not? I added Snap here because, yeah, I don't know what my opponent was doing there. It must have been a bot. By the way, if you remember in my last live stream, I was talking about how the untapped deck tracker here that I'm using will show you when there's a bot. After that stream aired, suddenly I don't see any bots anymore. It only says opponent. So I don't know if they fixed that, if Second Dinner was like, hey, wait a minute, you can't do that, or what. But now I don't know what's a bot and what's not a bot. I just have to kind of go by the gameplay there. And by the gameplay from this person, I think that was a bot. But you know what? We're doing so bad in this stream. we'll take the win and go. So there's the Broodmesh deck. Other than Gilgamesh not showing up for us, you can see what that deck is supposed to do. So let me update my win-loss tracker here. We're back to even Stevens in our total for live stream win-loss record. So that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, and let's update that win-loss record so you guys can see it. Boom and boom. 2-4 so far this stream, and total live streams 42 and 42. Let's jump into another game. Make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. Make it happen, Captain. All right. Searching for our opponent. By the way, I love the new title. Teleport me to Friday. I wish I could teleport myself to Friday every week. Don't all of us do that, though? Well, we have no turn 1 play. It must be a VP deck if you don't have a turn 1 play. It seems to happen a lot to me. Watu the Watcher. Okay. Interesting. We got a Watu coming out. I think we play the Okoyo here. We got the Vibranium Mines as our second location. After you play here, shovel 3 Vibranium into your deck. Again, we don't mind extra stuff in our deck. It does prevent us from drawing some of the cards that we want, I guess. But in any case, I played my Okoyo down to the X Mansion here. First location to challenge my opponents there. Opponent is winning that with a Scorpion and Watu 4-2 against my Okoyo. Turn 3. We got some Patriot. Nakia, we'll just... I think we play Nakia just to give us green numbers across our hand. We'll play her over here in the White Hot Room, which is our third location. The White Hot Room, first to fill this, gets +3 max energy. See if I can fill that. If my Brood comes out like it's supposed to, hopefully we'll be able to fill that easily. What do we get from the X Mansion? They get a White Widow. That's unfortunate for us. We get a Wolverine, which is useless for us. So thank you, X Mansion, for giving us 2 useless cards. Nico Minoru can turn something into a demon, which I think we will do, actually. Yeah. Let's do that. I'll play Forge into Nico into Sunspot. That should do the trick. Yeah, I think we'll make the Vibranium Mines our potential, Brood location. That's a good place to have a Brood, right down in the Vibranium Mines. Makes sense. Checks out. Chantress coming down for them in the Vibranium Mines. But zeroed out by their 0. Sunspot getting turned into that demon and giving us control of the X Mansion by 4 points. A safe control. Gilgamesh is in hand for next turn, so that's good. I got my Patriot here, so my cards with no abilities will get +2 power. That'll actually turn our Widow's... Okay, well, actually, the Widow's Kiss, I guess, has an ability, so that won't work for her. But it'll give our Demon +2. That's about it. I just looked at my board here and I only got 1 green number here, so Gilgamesh gonna be a tiny little Gilgamesh. Tiny little Gilgamesh. Yeah, and then we'll play, I don't think we play the Patriot. I think... Do we do this? We play Punisher down in the Vibranium Mines. Alright. Magic. Turning the location. Okay, we're going to turn 7. Gives us one more chance to pull our Brood, but we are running out of space on our board. The Vibranium could benefit from the Patriot, so maybe we'll just do that. We'll throw the Vibranium down in the White Hot Room, and we'll throw our Patriot here in Limbo. X Mansion, they still have a spot open there, so they could possibly take that. Sarah coming down for them in the White Hot Room. Patriot coming down, that'll boost our Demon. And, oh, actually, Vibranium doesn't count because it actually has an ability, so... Patriot only buffed my Demon, but, well, there's our Brood. Brood, you showed up late! Are you related to Gilgamesh? I think Gilgamesh is the play here. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 green numbers out there, so that'll make him a 12. Not great, but better than nothing. Oh, we can play our brood too. Might as well do that. One little brood there. Oh, in that case, let me bring. Oh, I can't. Oh no, I can. Right, I can play the brood and then the Gilgamesh. That way, the brood counts as a green number. That'll bring him Gilgamesh to a 13. Which is far shy of his normal board state. It is enough for us to pull it off, though, so we'll take it. Victory! Yeah. Oh, we'll take that victory. Collect those rewards. Yes. And yes, I'm going to play one more game. It's going to run me over a little bit in the stream. I like to just do an hour stream. I could probably go longer, but I kind of like to do the hour. I think it's it's kind of a max threshold for me for, you know, when the live stream becomes a video. You know, hopefully people will want to watch the video of the live stream, and if it gets over an hour, if people are like me anyways, if it's over an hour, I have to think twice if I'm going to watch a video of a live stream. So that's that's my reasoning there. We are 2 and 4. Did it update? Oh wait, maybe it didn't update yet. 2 and 4, 3 and 4. Wait, maybe did I up? Let's try it again. Update, please. Boom, boom, and a boom, and a boom. Right there. There we go. So we should be 3 and 4 in the stream. Yeah, 43 and 42, breaking the even Stevens. We're going to play one more game, even though it's going to run me over a little bit here. Since you didn't really get a good glimpse at this Broodmesh deck. We spent a lot of time with the first half of the stream playing my Series 1 Gilgamesh to disastrous consequences.
Opponent snapped.
You did snap. Mario RL. I'm not sure that's a bot. That's probably a real person, huh? Well, I don't have a turn 1 play. It must be a VP deck if there's no turn. Look at this. I got 3 1-cost cards in my deck, and I rarely draw them in my opening hand. Okay. You got the Hawkeye, but I think we'll play the Forge. Machine World. After you play a card here, add a copy to the opponent's hand. I don't want to give them a Forge. Right? Who wants to give them a Forge? So I guess we'll play this to the White Palace. You got a Hell Cow. What did they get from us, by the way? Copy the highest cost card. They got Gilgamesh. Maybe they'll be able to show you a really good use for the Gilgamesh up there. Since I've been failing a bit. Crown City. Whoever's winning here gets +4 power at adjacent locations. We love the Crown City. Hey, this worked out. I forget in this deck I try to hold the Forge until I have the Brood, but in this case I did have both of those cards, and we will play the Brood to Crown City. Boom. Yeah, that gives us 12 power right there. You can't argue with a 312, right? That's pretty good. It's like half the cost of a Hulk. And now, we definitely want to get our Patriot down at some point to buff these even bigger. I don't think I'm going to play the Hell Cow here. Play the Nakia into Hawkeye? Do I play Hawkeye over here? Sure, why not? We'll give them a Hawkeye. Are they going to use a Hawkeye? I don't know, they might. It's a 1-cost card.
Taking aim.
Does lock them into a location, though. Hey, they won't be using the the Gilgamesh because their Hell Cow said, "Get the heck out of here, Gilgamesh. You're useless." Turn 5. Well, this is usually our blue Marvel play here, and is that more beneficial? I think so, because it'll help turn these other cards green like we want them to be for Gilgamesh. So yeah, we'll play the blue Marvel here. Does give my opponent a blue Marvel. I didn't think about that. But they don't have too many cards out right now, so... Death going the way of, well, the grave. It's a hella deck. How many cards did they put in there? Yeah, I mean, it could be a hella deck. They could bring all those cards back out, which would really suck for us. But we're playing Gilgamesh, by golly. We are playing Gilgamesh. I think we just have to play Gilgamesh. Yeah, I think we have to reinforce our Crown City here, just to keep that +4 power in the other locations. Have one power. I guess I can play the. Wait, he's not going to get any power, is he? Yeah, I guess I'll play him down anyways. I don't know. Why not? Why not? Boom, Gilgamesh. 16. I think that's the biggest we've gotten him in this whole stream, so. Yay, big Gilgamesh. They played a Dracula, which wasn't quite enough. We did pull off the victory, so there you go, guys. That is Broodmesh. Broodmesh worked out a little bit better than our Series 1 Gilgamesh. But again, keep in mind that I am playing here at level 84 in the ladder, so playing against in a higher collection level. So we went 4-4 this stream, and then that brings us to a 44-42 record in streams so far. Which, okay, I accept it, man. I'm a 50% player, I guess. It makes sense, though, because most of the decks that I play, according to the Untapped tracker... In fact, let me look real quick. What do they have me? What do they have me at in Untapped, just for curiosity's sake? My overall stats, in case you're curious, is a 64.3% win rate with plus 258 net cubes. And then, yeah, my highest rank so far is an Omega 86, so... Stream's a little behind my overall, and then, of course, my overall takes into account the fact that I do a lot of experimentation before I I put videos out. So with that experimentation comes a lot of losses usually while I try to hone decks and stuff. But I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy the challenge. And yeah, that's going to do it for us, guys. That is going to do us for another Prime to Snap. I hope you enjoyed the stream, the video after the fact, if you're watching it after the stream, of course. And if you do, be sure to like, subscribe, I don't know, share it with somebody if you think somebody else will like it. It'll really help us out, and it'll help me feel better. It's like spending time to do these live streams, and I'm enjoying the live stream, don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying the game. I love playing Marvel Snap, but I want to make sure that people out there are enjoying it as well. So if you do, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. What do you think of the new season so far? What do you think of Gilgamesh? My overall take on Gilgamesh is I think he's okay as Series 1. If you're just starting out playing and you get him in the Season Pass and you get some of your Series 1 cards and you're climbing, I think he does pretty good. But then I think as your collection level rises, he will kind of fall off a bit. But he'll probably get buffed, and if he gets buffed, he'll probably be better. I think he's, you know, he's a good card, man. He is an okay card. Hey, look, we can even make him epic. You know what, Gilgamesh? We'll make you epic to end this stream. You know what? You're epic in my book, even though you totally crapped all over my first half of this live stream. I mean, you're great, Gilgamesh. You're great. Boom, there we go. 50 credits Loving my 50 credits. Look at this, guys. I got Cersei, so I'm hoping the next live stream next week I'll have some Cersei gameplay. I feel like I'm behind the curve, right? Because I'm getting cards. You know, I don't get to play the cards right when they come out. I'm kind of like a week behind, but I think that's okay, right? If you want to see the, you know, the edge, you know, the cards that are coming out right now and how they're being played, there's plenty of people doing that out there. This will maybe give you another option to take a step back to the past week and see how a card is doing. But don't base how a card is doing off of my gameplay, please, because it's not fantastic, not terribly fantastic gameplay. But I do trust, man, that Gilgamesh Series 1 deck will do good work for you, and I'm sure you can fine-tune it obviously yourself. Encourage you to fine-tune it yourself to get it into your play style to make it work even better for you. Anyways, that's enough of me rambling on about this. Thanks for stopping by, guys. This has been VP. I am signing off. We'll see you later, and hey, keep on gaming.